Okay, so evaluation question 1. In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? So examples of existing texts are James Bay, The Lumineers, Ben Howard, Mumford and Sons, and then other examples are also First Aid Kit, Noah and the Whale, Laura Marlin and the Half Moon Run. They're all indie folk bands or artists, which is the same genre that I chose to do for my product. So using codes and conventions in my own work, this shot uses codes and conventions of real media products because it's set in the woods. The clothes they're wearing are very typical of real indie folk music videos, and the actual camera angle of the shot is also commonly used in real media products of the same genre. So these two scenes, one of them is the top left one is from Ben Howard's music video Keep Your Head Up, and the bottom left one is from First Aid Kit's song Walk Unafraid, and they're both quite similar shots. Obviously one of the Ben Howard one is actually facing away, but the First Aid Kit one is facing towards us. So similarly both of them are set in woods, same as the screenshot from my music video, which is on the right hand side in the middle. Also the camera angles are very similar, and yeah, as I said, the setting is as well. So using codes and conventions in my own work again, in this scene I decided to use fairy lights, hay bales and an orangey yellow light because after looking at other existing and real media products, these are quite common as well in this sort of scene, so a scene where there's a band or the artist playing. So looking at real media products, so obviously there's the James Bay in the top left hand corner. He's got like the black background and then the flooring is lit and he's lit, similarly to mine, which is in the top right hand corner. And then in the bottom right hand corner there's Ben Howard's music video for Keep Your Head Up, which has hay bales in, which is similar to mine in the top right hand corner. And then the Mumford and Sons video in the bottom left hand corner has lots of lights. It's very well lit. They aren't quite fairy lights, but it's got a similar kind of look to it as the look that I went for in my product. Okay, so again, using codes and conventions in my own work. So there are 3 screenshots taken from my product, so that's the top right, bottom right and bottom left, and then I've compared this to the Noah and the Whale, a screenshot from Noah and the Whale Life Goes On music video. Generally indie folk videos are very well framed, so they've got just something bordering the outside. So in mine we've got 3 sets of walls that are used as a border or like a frame with like an archway or something, and then the Noah and the Whale, everything is going on in the middle of the shot and nothing is going on around the outside, which obviously gives it the frame, which is what I've used in my product. Okay, so this one, these shots actually amplify and illustrate the lyrics because, so in the top left hand one is a screenshot from my product, and the lyrics actually say, "You're gone, gone, gone away, I watched you disappear, all that's left is a ghost of you." And at the same time, in the video, the shots fade from the shot of the female actress to the shot of the male actress, and she literally, because it's a fade, she literally does disappear, and it is quite ghostly because obviously she is on top, the shots are one on top of each other at that point, so it is quite ghostly, which does amplify the lyrics. And then in the second shot, which is the bottom right hand corner one, they're sat on the stairs inside a house drinking their cups of whatever's in there, and the lyrics are, "The stairs creak as you sleep, it's keeping me awake, it's the house telling you to close your eyes." So obviously it's got the stairs in there and the house in the lyrics. So comparing this to real media products, so both of these are from, the top left hand one and the bottom right hand one are from First Aid Kit's music videos for Stay Gold. And the top right hand one, there's a sun in the video, and the lyrics are, "The sun shone high those few summer days." which obviously does amplify and illustrate the lyrics. And then later on in the video it says, "What if the road won't take me there?" And this is the bottom right hand one, because in the video it actually moves, the camera moves along, and it looks at the sky and the trees as if you were looking out of the window of a car, obviously driving along a road. And then the top right hand one is from James Bay's music video Let It Go, and this is amplifying and illustrating the lyrics, because the lyrics are, "I used to recognise myself, it's funny how reflections change," and it pans up to a reflection of him in the window. So obviously amplification is very common in indie folk videos, and that's why I chose to use this in my own product. So again, right at the end of my own music video, I chose to use a slow motion effect as she walks away from the camera, which is shown in the top right hand screenshot. And after looking at existing media texts and products, I can see that this is quite common. So for example, the top right hand screenshot is from Ben Howard's video of "I Forgot Where We Were," and it's a couple dancing and it is in slow motion. And similarly, the bottom one is from First Aid Kit's video for My Silver Linings, and that is also in slow motion. And the slow motion, it can be all the way through the videos, but it's quite commonly at the beginning or at the end. So I've chosen to do it at the end because it does, like with the weather in the screenshot, it does affect how the video is, and it does show her emotions, because our narrative is about a dysfunctional relationship, or a relationship that becomes dysfunctional. Okay, so we actually did challenge a couple of codes and conventions in my music video. So in my actual music video, it's almost 2 minutes into the video before the band is actually introduced. Now in real media products, usually this happens very close to the beginning, but by not introducing the band until later on, it adds to our narrative, because our couple's relationship becomes dysfunctional, and then we introduce the band. And it represents the idea that that despite what's going on in the real world, so in their relationship, they have to hide the pain of what's going on and act as if everything is okay to keep the band together. So it just adds to our narrative. So this does go against codes and conventions, because in the Half Moon Run video, which is the top left-hand corner for Turn Your Love, the band is introduced within the first 20 seconds of the video starting, and then similarly the Lumineers video, Ho Hey, starts off with the guitarist, and then by 40 seconds in, all three of the band members are introduced into the video. So as well as this, another way I challenged codes and conventions was I added text that were on top of the actual video. And I only did this because I showed my target audience the video without these, and it was they said that it was very difficult for them to understand what was going on. So what I did was I just put some text over the top to make it easier for the target audience to understand the narrative. But this does go against codes and conventions of indie folk videos, because most of them are very natural in terms of being outside, and they actually have very little modern technology. So other than, like, obviously fairy lights or being in a 20th, 21st century house or whatever, they don't have many phones in them, or they don't have text messages like this. But as I said, the only reason we had this was so that our narrative was easy to understand for the audience.